memories. They're foundational experiences that shape our approach to learning and interacting with the world around us. This is why our next session, we delve into the very important topic, creating a positive classroom climate, the role of SEL, social and emotional learning, in early childhood settings. So I'd like to welcome up to the stage Zoe Madewell, the CEO and founder of Musicology Lab, Dr. Anjali Prakash, the founder and chairperson of Learning Links Foundation, Rupa Bhattacharya is taking Anjali's place, so let's give her a round of applause. And you can tell us a little bit about what you do. And also Dr. Vinaya Holler, the CEO and co-founder of Bringle Metaverse UK and India. Over to you for our fireside chat, ladies.
Good evening, everyone. We are now towards the end. You can see we are such a small group, but nevertheless, the most important topic I feel, and something that is so crucial for all educators, and something that starts, like the topic itself says, early childhood. Something that needs to be taken care by all educators right at the start. So we're going to be, today we have two experts here, and we're going to be interacting with both of them. So just to set the context, SEL, social emotional learning, emerged as a cornerstone in education, aiming not only to foster academic success, but also to prioritize emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, and overall well-being. For students to succeed in their studies, it's so important that this, what we call as social emotional learning, also is taken care in the early childhood settings. So we have here Dr. Vinaya and Zoe. So over to you, Zoe. You can introduce yourself and you can take us through what you want to share.
Thank you so much. Everybody can hear me. Welcome. We are to the end, but we saved the best for last, ladies and gentlemen. Quick show of hands. Yes. How many of you can read music? How many of you can read music? I'd say maybe 5 of you raised your hand. How many of you can read books? I want you to remember the hands that went up for music and ask you this question. Music is the universal language of the world. We are rhythmic from the first beat of our heart. And the fact that every single one of you did not raise your hand is why I'm on the stage today. Musicology Lab is going to change the way you are educated, and we are going to be sure that the next generation, when I ask how many of you can learn to read music, this whole group of the brilliant minds of our world will raise their hands because we are failing our children. I am Zoe Madewell, the founder and the CEO of Musicology Lab, and my new innovative learning system asks you this question. If music and sound start from the rhythmic beat of our heart, why are we taking music out of schools? Sound is the foundation of all language. Most of you are all bilingual, trilingual. I know Europeans probably 5 languages, and I'm the American girl up here. Music is the language that I'm fluent in. And and my dream is to inspire the next generation of musical linguists. I am a visionary with a big dream. I'm going to unveil today a global product that I'm launching at this Education 2.0 conference in this small room. I am thrilled and honored that you are here, that you get to hear about it. We're talking about the social and emotional learning of children. I couldn't sit down. I have to stand up. I'm too passionate about how are we speaking on a panel and raising children in schools without music, coming out of COVID, when music gives children a safe place to put their feelings in their fingers. You want to raise a healthy, whole, happy child? Music is proven. Music is proven to give children calm their anxiety, build confidence. Musicology's remarkable impact. I have invented a learning system. I'm thrilled to about to show you. Staying to the time limit. What if I told you that I could teach a child, a preschooler, how to play Beethoven with 2 hands and sing songs in 5 languages, like French, Mandarin, Arabic? Would you be curious to see the next slide? Yeah. Would you be curious to see the next slide? All right, here we go. I'm so thrilled. Revolutionizing music education with a unique ecosystem. Rhythm helps you learn language faster. That's a fact. So I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to see if you're rhythmic right here. I'm going to say something, you say it after me. But I want you to clap. Can you help me? She's really fun. We had a lot of fun. Can you stand up and help me? This piano, we're going to get him up. You need to clap. So I'm going to say it and you're going to help him out. I'm going to say see it, and then you clap and say see it. See it. Oh, but you have to clap 2 times. See it. See it. Now you all help them. See it. Say it. Play it. Now you're going to say it. Now here's what you're going to remember. You might forget everything that I say, but you're going to remember my slogan because I proved the science of Musicology Lab, the See It, Say It, Play It learning system. We incorporate the second language into music learning. So one more time, see it. I can't hear you. Say it. Play it. You all pass. You're all geniuses. You will be musical linguists of the next generation, this revolutionary learning kit. I want you to take a look at what is coming 2024. I am here with my beautiful partner, Shafat. This beautiful slide was brought to you with the Brand Beat Global team. I started off with a symphony of an idea. And when he met me in Dubai, he said, Zoe, your idea is so good. We're going to turn this into an opera. We're going to make it so beautiful so you can present it to the world. Here we have a beautiful Mama Panda and the keyboard. And the keyboard, coming 2024, with your collaboration and your help, we'll teach children to read notes, say what the note sounds like, a self-teaching keyboard, and sing songs in 5 languages. I've already made history. I'm in 5 preschools in Dubai in under a year. Give me a hand for that. I went to do a demo to teach in one school. I didn't know she owned 2. In one class, I wish I had more time. She said I wanted in 5 schools. With your help, your collaboration, that's why I'm here. We can revolutionize the world for future generations. Social and emotional learning of children. Let's help them be creative. Let's help them emotional. Music is the center of our core being. Meet Stone. I made history again. Last week, this little 5-year-old boy took my fun piano group class for a year. And last week, he entered a international music competition worldwide with 600 entries, and this little boy won first place in his category. And he learned through the Musicology Lab See It, Say It, Play It learning system. But this boy, this is who I'm really proud of, talking about social and emotional learning. This little boy is nonverbal with autism. He will never be able to read music in the way that I read music. This little boy learned to read music through story pictures. Autism, at 3 years old, he couldn't speak. He still cannot speak, but music has become his voice. He is now playing 2 hands together and has his own YouTube channel. And his mom gives all credit to the Musicology Lab learning system and says that music is his voice. Looking at this slide, I'm on a global stage and I'm making myself vulnerable by showing the poverty that I grew up in.
अगर कुछ करने के
I
तो
didn't
कार्ड
grow up with
फॉर्मेट कर
grand
दिया
piano that I
मेरे
have
को दे दिया
now.
अभी
I'm the oldest of 10 children and there was no money for music lessons. Music gave me a safe place to put my feelings in my fingers. And now I'm here, not with a business, but with a mission to help children who are struggling with their social and emotional learning, to help them find a safe place to put their feelings in their fingers. Musicology is unveiling the future of education through technology in an approach that is proven, that is waiting for your collaboration and your investment, and your time and your passion. If music teachers and language teachers come together, we can revolutionize the way music and language are taught for future generations, raising musical linguists. Say that word. A little bit louder. You don't hear it a lot, but you're going to hear it a lot more by the end of next year, because I believe that God put me on this stage. And I'm going to say the word God, because what I love about Dubai is whatever religion you are, you understand that you are here for a higher purpose. And I won't hand this to you without giving all glory to God, to say that this is a mission. And every one of you doesn't take a whole bunch to make a big difference. I'm glad that this group is small, because each one of you get to hear what's happening on this stage, and you get to talk to me and talk to Shafat after and find out how we can bring this program to you. There's wait lists for special needs schools in Dubai that already want the program, but this keyboard is a dream. It's not going to be just a dream by the end of this week, because I believe God will keep opening the doors so that together we can change the world, raising the next generation of future musical linguists, because we will see it, say it, play it.
Thank you, Zoe. Again, we both were actually since morning thinking about it, that do we really have to sit on this dais when we come? So if you don't mind, with your permission, I'll also stand and speak, because this makes me more comfortable than sitting here and talking. And thanks to Zoe, because we're very happy that we both were of the same mindset. And just taking it ahead from there, where she started this journey and talking more about music, we're all sitting since morning, right? I'm not going to make you all get up, but just a small request to everybody. As rhythm really plays a very important role in developing a child's mind. Not only a child's mind, but if I want to emotionally connect. Everybody, as we say now, we are here to speak about social emotional learning. Now, what is this social emotional learning, which we are going to talk about in another few minutes? I would just request even Zoe and everybody else, when I say one, just clap towards your right. Can we all do that? You can just be seated wherever you are, but when I say one, it's clapping towards the right. When I say two, it's snapping towards your left. So whenever it is one, it's one clap, and whenever it is a snap, it's one snap with both your hands. So clap. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, Thank you, everybody. at least I was able to connect and have you all here with me on the same page. If permitted, can I have the slide, please? Can you just put on the slides, please? Is it possible? I've already passed it to them. Zoe will help me out if they put it. I don't know. Anyways, talking about social emotional learning. We all have done this during our 90s. And to talk about myself, I'm Dr. Vinaya from India. And I'm here as an educator with 27 long years of journey in education. There were many since morning whom I could connect very closely. Mary, who said that she started teaching when she just came out of a high school, college. Same year, I started my journey when I finished my 12th. And since then, this journey never stopped. And I still want to continue to the last breath, because that is what I can give back to the society. One more panelist here in the morning said, are you able to sleep? While you're sleeping, do you ask yourself, actually my friend said that, do you ask yourself, what's the difference that you have made in the world? And I'm here with everyone's support just to make that small difference. And that difference is nothing but just connecting lives, bringing everybody together. Now, how do we bring them together? I felt the only place where I can bring people together and give something back to the society is nothing but through my small children, through the young minds, because they are yet to be nurtured. They are as pure as God. And the only thing I can do with them, and if I want to see something good in my future, then I need to change and I need to make some noise over there. In the chaotic world, where we have so much of curriculum to be taken on, as a leader, we don't get time. We do not give time to our teachers and others because we have a set curriculum to be delivered. We have a set things to be delivered. As in school for 5 hours, I need to do this. This curriculum has to be finished. The syllabus has to be completed. This content has to be taught. The portfolio has to be presented. In the rat race of all of this portfolio and things like that, are we really connected? And are we really seeing what are we teaching? Is it being really taken ahead? How many of us are really connected with those students whom we have taught? I remember in our 90s, in India, we used to call Guru Deva, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. For us, teacher is equivalent to God. Is it today? And if not, why? And if yes, then in what percentage? And in what rate? This thing has become more, and education has become more commercialized, or sad to see that it's moving towards a different world. We spoke about AI, we spoke about ChatGPT. When we stand in the class before us, our students would have Googled up or asked AI and ChatGPT everything what we are going to teach them in the class. Then how are we going to be different? The question always is there, hanging in our mind, that are we going to be replaced by these machines? Are we going to not exist in certain number of, after some years? As one of our co-panelists said just few minutes back, that is just that we need to have a human touch. And this human touch is nothing but social emotional learning. And how are we going to practice this social emotional learning while we make sure that there is a proper enhanced engagement? An engagement between a student, an engagement between a student teacher, an engagement between a student and a parent as well. In the world of technology, we all sit to have a dinner. How many of you have dinner or at least one meal together in your family? Can I have the hands up, please? And while you have your one meal together in your family, do you have these gadgets along with you, or is there a rule by your, like, we say, the lady in the house rules the house. So we say, I always say, when you're on the dinner table, the technology has to go out. So do we sit at the same table with the technology and the food together? There's something called as mindful practicing, mindful eating, mindful speaking, mindful smiling, mindful living. Are we doing that? That is what is social emotion. For that 10 minutes, if I can have my gadgets aside and eat the food along with the family. The same practice, we do it in our schools. So as in our residential school, we do practice that when the child walks inside the dining hall, the child is not allowed to carry any electronic gadget. That kind of engagement is necessary because this only can bring certain motivation and at the same time also build their spirits high. When we tell them that you are only involved in the technology, we ourselves are deep dived in technology and forget the human touch. I want each one of us to ask yourself today, before you sleep in the night. I'm sure everyone would have traveled for 24 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours. How many of them had connected back with your family? By not only telling that you have reached, but actually connected by asking them that how was your day? And how many of us do that on a daily basis? So we as an educator have to start this practice with our students. While SEL has played a major role in cultivating us, in bringing us up and nurturing us. And that is what is missing for our young children. And that's what we are intending to give them. Believe me, if you spend, as an educator, if you every day spend 1 or 2 minutes of your class with your children, you can build this resilience power in them. You can make sure that they do not have any conflicts because you are connecting to them. We have a circle time. I'm sure many schools are doing that. But are the circle times only supposed to be as much as it is supposed to be there in a curriculum? Or it's just a lesson plan, or it is just another content of a page of content which is supposed to be shown? How do we connect with the children? How do we make sure that we give them a proper information about implementing SELs in every classroom with a proper cultured, or I will say a specific programs? Make sure that this is involved in every class. As she said, music can reach out to heart. I believe yes. And in the same way, if you just spare 2 minutes of your lesson plan, or if every leader makes sure that when they go back, they make sure that every teacher in their class or in the school spends at least 1 or 2 minutes before you start the class or before you end up the class, while you go or while you enter the class or after you enter the class, make your teachers, make your educators, teach them some basic things. Encourage them empathy, kindness, understanding, and creating a supportive environment, which is very, very important. And this can be done. As I said, I had asked one question over here to Gopani. And I believe that my teachers and my students are the real warriors. Anything I want to see, the change in the society or the change in the next world. We all spoke about being global. We all spoke about being together, making this world a better place to live. But how is that going to be possible? Unless we show our children that what and how are they going to do it. And who are going to guide them? ChatGPT, AI, or any other modern technology? No. It is you, it's me, it's us, and our, I will say, the entire warrior of teachers. Empower your teachers so much that you don't just be a leader, make them a leader of their class. Make them the leader for their class. Make them the leader for their parents. Another important aspect of SEL, student empowerment. I'm sure many IB curriculum and their own curriculums in different countries have a space for the student engagement. Create a self-awareness among the students which is missing. We spoke about a few minutes back about something that the students lack in, that is the soft skills. If you're not going to make them aware about what is important and how is it going to be, we're going to help them out to create this self-awareness about themselves. So empower them to be that. Tell them how to have small conflict resolutions in their own way. Create small labs in your school to build resilience, to give away or to shed away their anger. Give them that listening ears. And third but not last, very importantly, I believe that the person who can change, or the first person who can actually make that difference in any child's life, here it is we as parents. Make your parents involved. Make sure that there is enough of family engagement. As a leader, you can have sometimes coffee with your child. Coffee lover, I'm also a big fan of coffee. But I do that, I fell into being a big fan of coffee because I wanted to talk to parents. Now, if I call a parent to my office, he or she will think, oh my God, my child has done something, and that night, that child has a nightmare that my parent is called by a principal or a director in her office. So I named it in a different way, and I said, let's have coffee together. So every day morning, 9 o'clock, I have coffee with one of my parents, whom I randomly pick by picking up a chit in the class. Now, how do I pick up this chit? I do tell that any and every parent of my school, both the schools, are not allowed to sleep just like that. They have to read at least 5 sentences or have to speak 5 things with their child and talk to them, and then only sleep. While I take rounds during my break time, I speak to my children that what did they learn from their parent yesterday night. And those children who say that my parent didn't have time, or she didn't talk to me, or my papa didn't talk to me, or mama didn't talk to me, those are the parents with whom I have coffee next day. So they know that they have to do it. So that's one of the best way to keep connecting. Give them that support, give them that help, and tell them that this is needed. Because in the world of technology, let's empower them and let's not get them lost in this world of technology. We need them, this human touch is needed. So as we say, when I say it, we need to be interconnected with the world. We need to make sure that we are preparing them while SEL prepares the student with all the lot of challenges. There is a huge curriculum which we have built under SEL. So anybody who wants to just know a bit more about it, please do be in reach in this next 3 days. I'm sure I want to make this difference and want to help out each and every child out there. And let's have a visibility. That is, once you do this, your school, your student, your parents, and you all automatically get that visibility in the global level. Because your children will stand out and your children will speak out for you. And then, with this mission of spreading all these, I'll say, a small happiness from the journey as a teacher to a coordinator, to a principal, to a director, and to an entrepreneur today, standing in this global platform, I would just sign off saying 3 small words that remember always to smile and never give away your smile no matter what happens, because we all face a lot of problems. But how are these problems seen? It's only seen here, right? So just keep smiling, and all your problems are going to run away out from here. And what I give to every person around whom I meet, and that, especially to my children, and that is dream. So I always say, keep smiling, keep dreaming, and keep achieving. Thank you. We do have 2 minutes if there is anyone who wants to have some questions based on SEL and how those are important in the school life. The forum is open for you. I don't want to take much time. You can actually ask.
First of all, great presentation. I mean, Zoe anyways is my partner, so Zoe, great job on presenting musicology. And you have heard the first time, so brilliant job, great perspective. I still think that students and teachers need to integrate AI into the schooling system. Essentially, it's not that a student has researched something, started from YouTube, or has done ChatGPT, or has looked into some other AI modules. The job of the teacher is to actually teach the children how to research better, how to write the better prompt, how to be more creative. And I think there's definitely a lack between teachers keeping the pace with technology and then blaming it back on the students and trying to be a blocker in the education system, not to embrace technology, particularly in the developing countries where there are limited, even the Wi-Fi doesn't come properly, or there's load shedding. So I think there has to be a bigger revolution from the global educational diaspora to have more integration of technology into the schooling system, which A, will make it efficient, and B, cost effective. Just a comment.
Completely agree, sir. And that's the reason why, as I said, when the circle time, one of the weekday, we have that, as you said, the teachers teach the children how to use the right prompt for the AI and ChatGPT so that they are not misled or misguided by the machine answers which come. So we give them some certain prompts which are said, like for example, in a grade 10, while they have to write some essay, we give them a right prompt of an essay that what they can write so that the essays can be enhanced. And that can be used and those words can be used. So one of the circle time is how to use ChatGPT and AI. So we can actually do that.
And also incorporating technology into music for very young children. Think about this. AA batteries, you can now put in a little keyboard into an underdeveloped country and teach piano on a dirt field. Technology has made us be able to transform music education. Many children would never be able to afford a piano. Technology and music coming together can change the world. No child should be deprived of giving themselves the gift of music. Little fingers can do big things, but in order to do big things, we need great hands and great minds. All these great hands and great minds, we're going to talk afterwards. What a great, innovative conference. Thank you, Doctor. Thank Education 2.0 for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. A big thanks to everyone for giving your listening ears to us today here. Again, we would just say goodbye with a small words. One photo together. And never forget to smile, dream, and achieve.
See it.
पहुंच गया ना कार्ड दोनों